No sugar September days 3 through 8. How does a person live without sugar for this long? Hi, I'm Melanie Gruby, and this is all about keeping you connecting and creating with your artistic voice. And we're talking no sugar. This is No Sugar September days 3 through 8. I have taken on the challenge of having no sugar for the month of September and illustrating each day to support that. So first of all, last week I said on the video, I'll probably vlog about this every day. Oh, maybe every other day, or at least I'll do next Friday. Well, here it is next Friday, and I haven't done it till now. Why? Because immediately after I said that, I got sick. Not just a little sick, hairy bad sick. And then it went into bronchitis. Was that from the no sugar transition? Maybe. Was that getting sick from being exposed to people who are sick? Maybe. Was that getting sick from having a really hard time sleeping lately? Maybe. Maybe it's just from everything. You want to say, well, are you eating sugar? No, I'm not eating sugar. I am proud to say that. No sugar. How does that feel? Well, it feels pretty good. You know, I've been sick, so it's hard to tell if I feel good at all, because I don't feel good at all. But I am feeling better. Obviously, I'm here in front of you. And I'm not over it. And I may be paying the price after this video, but I am here right now. I have some tips to give you on the no sugar thing, because I've done this a couple times before and I haven't been able to stick to it. So, but the tips still help me each time I collect a little bit more information, and you'll find out before the end of this video why I think it's really working this time. So the first tip I would give you is, if you're trying this, have some kind of protein for breakfast. And it depends on if you're vegetarian or not, how you get that taken care of. But I will tell you, if you have grains at breakfast or starches, you will immediately crave sugar, and it's going to be a hard day for you if you do it that way. So I say protein at breakfast. What I do is not vegetarian at this point in my life. I have been before, but I have either roasted chicken breast, part of one, or I have eggs. And then the second tip I give you is have lots of fruit available around you, a diversity of it. So you have lots of choices, and you can actually even make it a regimen where I have to get through an apple, an orange, and a peach, and some berries every day, and that gives you something to eat. I'd say how you come at this, what perspective are you coming at no sugar from? So my perspective this time was from more of a health perspective than from a weight loss perspective. Not that I don't want the weight loss, I do, but when I've tried to diet or to quit sugar in the past with the only reason being weight loss, well, it never worked. That was not a motivator for me, even though I thought it should be. The part that connects to my mouth didn't get motivated. So health. What I've noticed is that I have had a lot of digestive issues that seem to be connected to sugar. I like cookies and chocolate, okay? And those are the two things that really get me. And if you give me cake, I'll take that. I like cake too. So, but I can't eat those. I find that I have some digestive issues. But it's really hard to keep at it. I can go a few days and I fall off. Go a few days, fall off. Meaning fall off, I start eating sugar again. How about the illustration? Okay, illustration. I have illustrated many of the days that I was sick, but not all of them. And when it got so bad that I went into bronchitis, I had to say, okay, I need to rest. I cannot do anything. I am proud of myself for having illustrated as much as I have, and in a minute here I'll show you some of what I've been doing. Let's look at the challenge overall so far. Why has it been so effective this time? Why haven't I been able to stop sugar and not do it? I'll tell you why. Because I have shared on social media like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and people are looking and commenting, and I feel like everyone knows now. I can't, one, let them down, two, embarrass myself. But I feel like it's so public that it would be embarrassing to not be able to carry on with this. So that's the tip I would give you, is share on social and become accountable. I know I've heard that one before and I don't do it, but this time I'm doing it. Because it's kind of fun this way, doing the illustrations with it and doing it on social media. It's kind of different. So that has kept me strong and resolved. As far as the illustration part of the challenge, it's not where I want it to be yet, but there's two things that play into that. One, I have been sick and have not been able to keep illustrating. So that means I have to keep at it, and I'm not going to give up on it because I know I can do this. The second thing is when you're illustrating or doing art every day during a challenge, the first 10 days are kind of bad. Like, you don't really feel comfortable at it. You don't really look good with your stuff that you're producing. And it's somewhere after that you start reaching that part of you that really brings out the good stuff. So I'm hoping that still happens as I continue on this. So let's take a look at some of the illustrations that I've been doing. This is a free rough sketch with ink directly to the paper, as opposed to drawing in pencil and then tracing over in ink. And I did sketch in a light pencil frame so I could give myself a boundary, because I found that's working well for me. But I liked this. I felt like it was kind of messy, so I took the idea and kind of worked it and came up with this. So I like this one. I feel like it's clearer what's going on here, but I miss the freedom and I don't know what it is, the authenticity of the first one. So the first one, the lines are kind of crazy and wild, but that's kind of what makes them cool and enjoyable to look at. Okay, then I started playing around with just various objects, bananas and oranges, peach, hand steady from that hand, apple, and I decided I wanted some more lettering, so I had started some lettering up here and I needed some more letters to play with. So I worked the letters a little bit, and I'll be using those in some of my future illustrations. And there's another illustration here that I did early on. And then just playing with decorative lines to add to my illustrations. Trying to free up the forms by not being too strict to a still life, true to life look. So tell me about how you've done with a challenge like this, whether it's a big 30-day challenge or whatever. Just tell me, did you get sick? Did you have something else happen that may have been connected that really made it hard to do it? And tell me in the comments below. And if you liked this video, like it with a thumbs up. And if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, subscribe, and then it'll come up in your YouTube menu under your subscriptions. Easy to find me then. And thank you for joining me. I really loved it. And I'll be posting next Friday. Remember, when you create art, you change the world. So don't be afraid to spill a little paint. I'll see you next week. Bye.